So, I had already done this video last week. And, you know, in the midst of going through the video and rewatching it before I uploaded it to YouTube, I really didn't like it. I felt like I rushed it too much. So I'm going to give you a much better review. And that way, it's not like I sound like I'm rambling completely and incoherently and talking about the same old foolishness. Hero's Last Rite. New record was released on September the 12th called Behind the Darkest Days. Now, you guys who follow the band already know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on and you're just finding out about this from this review, the band was consisted of Steve McDonald on vocals, Eric Godin on bass, Mike Davidson on guitar, and Dan Rogers on the drums. 5 days ago, they posted a status on their band page. And of course, this is public, so me reading it is not going to be any different from you going onto their page and seeing it. We hope everyone is enjoying our latest release, and we thank you so much to everyone who has purchased, downloaded, shared, and helped spread the word about the album. We wanted to give the album a few days to breathe before we shared some news about our band and what the future holds. A couple of months ago, our guitarist, Mike Davidson, decided to step away from the band. Ooh, I was shocked by that, but this was a decision he didn't make lightly, but he knew it was the best one for him and his family. And I understand that, because I've already done that. But I'm obviously back in the band, but that's besides the point. We love Mike and are still close friends with him, and with that, we respect his decision. I mean, what are you going to do, yell at him? That would be kind of silly. But the guys are all tighter than tighter than I don't know what. So where does that leave us? Well, to be honest, we don't know at this point. What we do know is that the rest of us are continuing to get together each week, and we've actually been rehearsing with someone for about a month. See here, and things are sounding very promising. We're going to continue to write, and with time, we'll know with what direction we will want to take this, and whether we carry on as Hero's Last Rite, or give birth to something new. Until then, please continue to spread the word around about our newest release, and we hope that the world gets back to some sort of normal. I agree with that. When we're able to get out and play again. There's some comments, some shares, some love, and Mike went on the page and made a post, and it says, "Thanks everyone for the well wishes. I wish nothing but the best for the rest of the guys. This is certainly not the end of my musical journey, just taking a different path. I'm currently writing new material and looking forward to sharing in the future." The thing about Mike is that I don't think Mike's ever going to be done. I think it would literally take, him not being able to physically play his instrument in order for that to stop the guy. And I don't even know if that would work. I mean, it might. I mean, I'm sure he could go into production or whatever. But honestly, after a while, when you've been in the same band for as long as these guys have been, sometimes this kind of thing happens, and I understand that. I've been there. I've done it. I've since gone back to Beyond Eternal, but that's, like I said, moments ago. Sometimes you just miss playing and you need that release. Now, this record, Behind the Darkest Days, it's a lot more melodic and not as metal as it was on the first record. Now, what do you wonder? What do you mean by that? Well, on Inevitable is the End, The Mirror's Face, Wasted Prayer, those records literally kicked you in the skull over and over and over every single time you listened to said record. It was literally like having, setting your head in front of Gene Hoglan's kick drum or kick pedals, and literally, that's the kind of assault that it was when you put these records on. Absolutely brutal and absolutely amazing records. And like I said, Behind the Darkest Days is a far cry from that once pummeling and brute force that the first three were. It's just that simple. When you listen to the record, it's literally a 360 from where they used to be. But that's not bad. That's the point. And I'll get to that in a little bit. As I said, it's much more laid back, and yet they still show their strengths, at each instrument. Steve's son, Luke, played the piano on the intro of Buried. And which is funny is when you listen to that intro, do me a favor. When you're done watching this, go put on Buried and listen to that first little piano bit. And when that's over, pause that, go to YouTube, and type in Alanis Morissette Uninvited and fucking change my mind if that's not almost the same sort of piano intro. Fucking try and change my mind, because you're not gonna. Because I've already done it myself, and it's basically pretty much almost spot on. But at the same time, whether you're nicking that kind of thing, it doesn't matter. Because with the 360 change, it still sounds fucking killer. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Steve still shows that he has the capability of blasting out some clean vocals, a lot cleaner vocals, but yet still having that angst. He's still got the little bit of the snarl to him, but at the same time, you grow, and he wanted to try something different, and he fucking killed it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. He's still stunningly good at what he does as a frontman. Dan, on the drums, while on this record, he's not kicking the shit out of his kit, but what he is playing on here, he plays extremely well and sits tight with what the song calls for. He doesn't overdo things. He doesn't go crazy on cymbals or rolls or a lot of blasting double kicks. There's probably a lot more single kick on this record than, as I said, in the previous three. Mike also plays a lot of, he shows a simpler side of his guitar playing. It still sounds good. His leads are still killer. And him tracking his guitars, obviously you can tell that it sounds like there's two there, but essentially it's just him. And it still is fucking excellent. It's less of a frantic pace, and it's still simple enough so that it doesn't sound like a bag of shit. Eric really fucking shines through on his playing capabilities. As long as I've known him over the last several years, his playing, every time I watch him live, it's like top-notch playing. The guy's always been fucking good at what he does. Changing up his gear a little bit. He's added some things, and he's made his playing much better. So when you listen to the record, so let's say you go back and listen to Wasted Prayer, and then you listen to this, it's tight. It's still tight. He's still keeping Mike and Dan both happy, and adding some flair and some color into his bass playing, which is what I was really, really, really hoping for on this record. Now, when you go into this record, some of you guys have probably already heard it. You probably played it 100 times. But if you haven't listened to it yet, go into it with ears open, mind open. Expect the unexpected. And you'll be pleasantly fucking surprised. If you go in expecting brutality, you're gonna have a bad day. Now, is there some of that, that poundingness in there? Yes, but in a completely different form. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that simple. Go in with that open mind and the open ears. Final thoughts. While I was completely shocked, as I said, with the whole, holy shit, this is a completely different departure, because I listened to the record about 7 or 8 times before I actually went and started to do the original review, and then I went back to it after and decided to do this review. I'm still shocked by it, but I'm not angry at them. I'm not like, I'm only giving them a 2. I'm not. This record, based solely off this 360 switch from their previous work, gets a 4 out of 5. Regardless of that, it's still a 4 out of 5. The record is fucking good. Don't have the first 3 records in your mind and you're fucking gold, as I say. Listen to this record with an open mind, open ears, and you will fucking enjoy this record. Trust me, I know you will. So thank you so very much for watching, guys. Behind the Darkest Days was out September 12th. It's a fucking banger. Get on it. You will love it.